Our favorite hero, Asta, is good at many things, if you think about it. But probably the best thing that he's good at is never giving up. Despite getting absolutely decimated by the king of the devils, the Lord of Gravity, Lucifer, he still gets up and goes forward into battle. Welcome to this week's Black Clover Chapter Review, which is Chapter 321, titled Excuses. And man, this was a good chapter, a really good one, and for many different reasons. And it was an interesting one, a unique one, and definitely a chapter that I will not be forgetting about anytime soon. I will definitely remember this one. So I'm going to go over this chapter. I'm going to summarize the basic gist of what happened in the chapter, give my review, and then my analysis, talk about some of the special things more in depth. So if you guys did enjoy this review, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And you can also follow me on Twitter, linked down below. Well, this chapter picks up where it left off. You have Yuno having just saved Asta, and Lucifer is pissed and he wants Asta. But Yuno uses his star magic conjunction, teleports away, and activates his spirit dive and tries to fight Lucifer. It's not enough though. Not even his Zephyr is cutting through. Lucifer is doing nothing. It is not damaging him at all because of the just distinct power difference and magical power. And even Mario Leona joins the battle with this star-amped spirit dive Yuno. And it's not enough. And this is crazy because this is a Mario Leona who's gotten a lot stronger. As Lucifer even says, this woman's magic keeps growing. And while the battle rages on between them, Mario Leona and Yuno still really can't do much. And this is when we get Seke's perspective. We get to see him watching Yuno and him being surprised and saying that basically Yuno is strong because he was born different. And we get Mimosa trying to heal Asta, and she can't. Her spell fails. And Asta gets up. He moves forward because Asta never gives up. He pushes through. And Seke sees this as inspiration. And this is where Asta shows that Seke was wrong all along. And Asta says, Yuno, I'm on my way. So, I just did a brief summary of the chapter. I will go more in depth of the important things like I said. That's just kind of what happened. But my review, like I've already said, this is a great chapter. We have not seen Asta essentially say or show, I'm not giving up, in a long time. He did that a lot in the beginning of the series, but I feel like he has not done that, it seems like, in a while. And he's not even saying it this time. I love it how Asta is just doing it. Just wait a minute, Yuno. I'm on my way. It was beautiful. Asta's just beaten down. He's decimated. He's bloodied. He's bruised. His outfit is torn, and he has barely any anti-magic left. And if you look at the final panel, that's not only Asta, it's Liba. Liba seems to be knocked unconscious on Asta's shoulder, which shows that this could be a very interesting battle here, depending on if we see what Asta can do if Liba is knocked out. We gotta see Asta not giving up this chapter, and it was great. But what was actually phenomenal about this chapter was Tabata, that madman, actually gave Seke character development. Seke has been the selfish character, the selfish gag character, for the longest time in the series. He just wanted to get Mimosa because she's a royal cutie and leave people behind. And he's trying to use his fact that he's been acknowledged by the king to do this. And Mimosa's like, shut the hell up. And this is, we get like flashbacks of Seke. And I like these. He's like, back home I was top dog. Everybody's saying is awesome. Now, people like love to joke about Seke as like a powerful character. People forget that people were impressed, like in the series, like characters in the series were impressed with Seke's bronze magic. He was capable. And now he's saying back home, like in his village, I assume, or his town, he was top dog. But just because Asta got destroyed, people thought he was weak. But no, Seke has never really been that weak. And this was shown in the Elven arc when he actually protected the king from elves with his bronze magic. Basically, throughout this entire time, Seke has blamed Asta for everything. He was going to become a great magic knight, but instead, because he gets destroyed by Asta, he goes to the Green Mantis. And this is like pushes into him seeing. He sees Asta getting up and he's like, what are you doing? What's the point? You're still completely thrashed. What do you think you can do like that? All the captains went at that guy at once and they could not win. And you're just a peasant with zero magic, like it's gonna matter if you're there or not. You're nothing. You're just... He's like, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I had all this time, and he shows to how he was just been sitting his time hanging out with women. And then now, we see that Seke is motivated. He is driven by Asta, the character that essentially ruined didn't ruin, but tarnished his prospects by destroying him. And he's like, why didn't I try to get stronger like you? And Seke is crying from the scene of Asta not giving up. Asta has no magic. He's a peasant. He's short. He's small. And he's beaten to a pulp. And he gets up and he walks towards the Devil King, Lucifer, who just wiped out all the captains. And Seke's, why didn't I just try to get stronger like you? And this is where I think that Tabata, hopefully, will expand upon this in a later arc or later in the series, because it'd be cool to see Seke train and get even more development. So it was cool to see a gag character like Seke get some good development in this chapter. My next thing I want to talk about is, of course, Power Scaling, because I love Power Scaling and Black Clover, but we gotta talk about Yuno here. Yuno, in terms of like speed, power, whatever, he used Conjunction to dodge an attack from Lucifer while in base form. Now, Conjunction does seem to be teleportation, so this is not speed, but he has the speed to activate this spell in base form to then dodge Lucifer. Then he would use Spear Dive after this, and he would fight alongside an even stronger amped Marileona because her Hellfire Incarnate makes her stronger, her fire hotter, the more she fights, the more it's activated. So he fought alongside her, so it shows that's how strong Yuno is. He's fighting alongside Marileona. And we know that Marileona is strong because of what she's done this arc. But Star Magic Yuno with Xaver still cannot cut Lucifer. And that is revealed that it is just because that Lucifer is that much stronger than Devil Zenon. We have to remember that Yuno could cut Zenon and damage him. He was just trying to cut his heart and, be Saint Stage. Yuno can't even damage Lucifer. It's hitting him and it's doing absolutely nothing. So it's showing that Yuno has the ability to go around in this fight, but he cannot do much to Lucifer, even with Marileona's help. And this might still be a Lucifer that while he's at half power, he still could be using not all of his half power. What if he's only going 10% at half power, which means he's only going 5%? So I don't think Lucifer is trying to his fullest extent that he possibly can right now. And this leads to my prediction for the next chapter. What might happen? So I think that Sakura might finally return to the series and we'll see her. And while Mimosa's spell could not work to heal Asta, maybe her sealing damage could work. And then we finally get that light triad team up. We get Saint Stage, Star Magic, Spear Dive, Saint Stage, Valkyrie, Noelle, and then we get Devil Union Asta against Lucifer. Or this will be like a fight of old where Asta's damaged or he's just not strong enough and you have to use teamwork to utilize the anti-magic. So Yuno and Marileona and maybe other characters join it, maybe even Seke. What if Seke activates his bronze magic around Asta and he protects Asta to try and utilize the anti-magic? That would be even more character development for Seke, and it would be cool for him to actually be introduced into this battle. Now, he wouldn't have to do much because it's Lucifer. He's not going to be able to do much, but to even help at all with Asta would be amazing to show how charismatic Asta is. With that being said, that's my thoughts on this chapter. I thought it was great. I'm really excited to see what happens next. I hope we get a light triad team up since Asta is up now, and I want to see all their forms in tandem. Going against Lucifer, but I still want them to fail. I don't want them to defeat Lucifer. We've had Megicula come and lose. We've had Devil Zenon come and lose. We've had all the Dark Triad lose. I want Lucifer to get the W, because there's just been a lot of W's for the good guys here. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe, turn notifications. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...